All right. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good day. Greetings from around the world. This is sort of like a part two, a part B, or a second part to my weekly outlook video. I specifically mentioned in the previous video that I didn't want to cover the metals, which is gold and silver, on the previous video, but I wanted to cover it on the I wanted to cover it on a separate video because I wanted to just deduce a little bit more and spend a little bit more time on gold and silver. I realized after going through the charts once more that I might not actually take as much time on it as I thought I would. So firstly, the first thing I always do is to go on a higher time frame, right? In the past, as you guys have known me, you probably know that I mostly use the weekly time frame as my no-brainer time frame for looking for anything high time frame. And we can see here, looking at the weekly chart, that we are on a bullish trend, right? Gold has just been on an upward rally for so long and it's been holding the test of time. I actually thought we were going to touch the $6,000 an ounce level, but we never really got there. So something interesting is happening right now. Now that we finally peaked at the high of this year, which was in on the week of 19th 26th or 19th January, I'm not sure, somewhere in Jan, right? Somewhere in January we peaked, made a new high, and could not break it since that time. So we've sort of been in a short-term downtrend, not really the strongest trend, of course. This is just a pullback, while the main trend is still bullish, of course, right? The main trend is still upward, as we've mentioned already. So this downtrend that we're getting right here, for me, because the main high time frame direction is bullish, I take this pullback as a simple retracement for a continuation higher, right? So higher time frame, I'm still bullish, right? But something interesting is happening right here. We can zoom back down on the daily for a little bit more clarity. On the daily time frame, we can sort of see a support forming right here. We can see this area where we are currently respecting prices, right? We can see that gold spent a little bit more time in this area before bouncing up, right? But what we've now done by doing that is by creating an area of liquidity. If many people are taking this support area as an opportunity to continue buying gold back to the highs, right? If the majority of the market participants are looking for higher prices on gold using this area, then that makes me then think that the true market makers, the people with the deep pockets, are likely going to be looking to be violating them, right? I mean, that's the most polite I could actually put it. But let's say right now many people are already long from here, right? Let's say, and they're looking for targets all the way up there, right? Let's say some people are waiting for a pullback within the weekly, daily fair value gap to take it all the way up there to the 6,000 marks even, right? Like this could be the setup that most people are finding, because this is a good area to access a discount. But the thing is, if the majority of market participants are looking for higher prices already, and if they are already scaling in, then that makes me then think the big dogs in the market are probably not going to be looking to be following the same direction as them. They're probably looking for something negating their position. They're probably looking for short-term sales just to shake everyone out before we could think of buying maybe after that, right? This to me is sort of as an easy buy. It's too easy and too simple that I think we're going to get one more manipulation before we continue higher, right? So as you can already see on my charts, I'm already mentioning the fact that my eyes are here. I'm already mentioning the fact that the 3900 psychological level is an important area to be watching. In fact, I'm also gonna put this to be the 3800 level instead. So let's do this. No, 3800. So that's $3,800 an ounce right there. I'm specifically looking for 3800, to be honest. and completely transparent with you guys. So right now, if I'm looking for short-term sales, right, what conditions would I be looking for me to be participating? Well, that's where we now zoom in again to lower time frames. Let's go down to, let's say, the 4-hour. I think that's more than clear. On the 4-hourly chart, we can, well, I've already highlighted my lower time frame targets, right? Short term, of course, or should I say intermediate term, and then obviously longer term, I'm looking for bullishness, right? So on this time frame, we can see clearly an area of support and resistance, right? We can see very clearly an area of support and resistance right there. We have areas in between here as well, and of course we have areas at the lows as well, something like that, right? But we can see this one here that acted previously as a place of support and a place of resistance, a place of resistance, resistance, right? So many people that are already looking for buys right now, or people that are already in buys, are probably going to be looking for a pullback to this area of support, a previous area of resistance turning into support, right? Basically, they're looking for this SNR area for a place of opportunities to buy again, right? But to me, if and when we return back to this discounted area, so I'm going to at the same time be looking at the range that we have, right? At the same time, I'm going to be watching this. If at the same time, if we return back to the 50%, giving majority of the market participants an opportunity to enter the market, giving them the chances to enter the discounts, giving them the chance to even enter the trade in the first place, that makes me then think that smart money is now looking to take this lower. That makes me think that I would not be buying this opportunity as many people would like to. I would rather be looking for a pullback of some sort to sell this off, right? Like, let's say, gun to my head, right now we've already made a high. Let's say we've already made a high, right? I would then be looking for areas like this. I know I don't really talk too much about my entries like QM, you know, Malaysian SNR people probably know these levels more than I do. I don't really care too much about entry techniques. I care more about direction. So some people might be, some people looking to sell like me would be looking at areas like that, right? And then I'll sell it off to 3,800, something like this. But I'm looking for sales. I'm bearish, at least for now, on gold. I'm not sure where the high would be made. If I, again, as I've already said, I would have to wait for us to return to somewhere within this entire consolidation. I know how painful it was to be trading within this consolidation for the last 2-3 weeks. I think it's about 3 weeks actually now, maybe even going to 1 month already, where we were stuck in this consolidation. If and when we return back down to this consolidation, I would not be taking that as an opportunity to buy gold. I'll be taking it as an opportunity to look for a pullback to sell gold. I would not be buying it. I would not be participating. So that's my main confirmation. Now, where are we gonna form a top? I'm not really sure. I don't know the future. Even now with my directional bias, I may be very wrong because again, I don't know the future. But this is obviously what I'm looking for, and I try to wait to see how the market unfolds. Some people might be looking at this order block as a possible area for us to start selling off, and it could happen that way. To be honest, right? We could look at this as liquidity to be taken, then we use the order block to sell off, right? And that could be a mega trade. That could be really nice and easy. But for me, I'm going to wait for the conditions that I mentioned. If we go to silver, I don't need to highlight everything else, but we can see on silver, we are actually already in an area where we could start selling off, right? Remember, I gave the idea on gold where I said, what if we actually just start selling off right now? What if the top is already in? What if this is the time to just jump in your sales and hold and hope for the best? I mean, right here we already respected this daily fair value gap over there, and out of it we have this rejection block, this nice long wick, top wick right there. We've tested it already on Friday. We might test it, we might go a little bit deeper again and take the previous daily high. We might not. That could be the SMT we need between gold and silver for us to start running lower, right? I don't know. But as I said, my main condition is waiting for us to give people discounted prices to buy gold and silver. Once it's giving them that discounted price, once we're dropping down into discount, then that makes me feel strongly that we actually could go lower. If we refuse to come down to this point, right, and start making new higher highs and new bullish fair value gaps to the upside, then that to me could indicate higher prices. Then, like, it could mean that we don't need to return back down to the sell side liquidity I've been highlighting on a higher time frame. And to basically polish it off with ICT's concepts, we can go up again on the monthly time frame, and you notice that we are currently trading within a monthly time frame. The month just opened last week. We are currently in the second week of the month. I would not be surprised if this entire move to the upside was just to create the top wick of the monthly candle, sort of like what we did here. If you notice here, we have a massive monthly candle in the top side, which means the month opened up, we rallied up at some point, made a high, then made a low, and then obviously before we closed, we ended up closing here somewhere, right? Or whatever the situation may be. We may have made a low first before a high, then pulled back to here. But the point is that we have a massive top wick. So nothing is stopping gold from making a massive top wick again, then a bearish close below. After that, right, nothing is stopping us from getting down to this discounted fair value gap right here on the monthly time frame. So yeah, oh, by the way, that's where I placed my line before. I changed it just now to 3800 flat. I'm just looking for big figure targets. Nothing much to it, to be honest. So yeah, that's my view on gold. I thought it was gonna be a longer video, as I mentioned at the beginning of this one, but yeah, it's not really that long. The same idea on silver, internal to external range liquidity. Look for your SMT on your daily time frame or 4-hourly time frame, confirmation to sell, then take it to the external range liquidity. I think we are used to my making ends meet model by now, but yeah, that's all I see. And then on Bitcoin, I don't really see anything good, to be honest. I did look to see if we could buy up and start running up quicker to the 70k levels, but we've been stagnant for so long that I sort of lost interest in it. But I'm looking for higher prices here as well, looking for 70k region short term. Then I'm not sure if it's gonna fall back down or continue higher from there. I'm not here to predict the future. I'm here to basically work with the market, with whatever it's giving me, and adjust accordingly. I'm not going to marry a bias, I'm not gonna marry a pair, I'm not gonna marry anything. I'm just going to stick to whatever the chart is presenting itself, right? So how are we going to open up this Sunday night? I'm not really sure. I've already covered my bias on the indices. I don't know what the future holds, but I've already shared what I'm expecting to see in the next coming days and weeks. You can apply the same idea on most other metals, but the top one that I know that most of you guys are looking at is gold and silver, especially gold, right? So yeah, that's all I have for now. Let's see if you guys have any questions, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, anything at all, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you want to reach out to me, you can also let me know in the comment section, then I'll let you know how to reach out to me. But for now, stay safe, good luck, and good trading.